What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning King Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia aims to retire early, open to a future run in MMA. The WBC interim lightweight champion Ryan Garcia, 21-0 with 18 knockouts at 22 years of age, made a big statement earlier this month when he got off the floor in the second round to score a seventh round knockout over cool hand Luke Campbell. According to Garcia, he plans to retire from the sport at age 26. Very few fighters, especially if there are paydays available, will retire before the age of 30. Garcia is not only motivated to prove his worth as pound-for-pound boxer, he wants to prove his worth as pound-for-pound fighter, even if it means to transition to mixed martial arts if necessary. And he doesn't rule out the possibility of facing someone like two-division UFC champion Conor McGregor. If they say, okay, you've beaten everyone in the ring, right? But someone goes, this ain't real fighting. Real fighting is legs, choking, submission, all of that. Guess what I'll do? I'll prove to them that I'm the best all-around fighter in the world, Garcia told Rich Eason. He says, I'm talking about hands. I'm talking about wrestling. I will go to MMA to prove a point that God is greatest, and I'll beat whoever in MMA that they say I won't beat. If it's Conor McGregor, I will. And I'm not saying this to get money. I don't care about money. I'm saying this because that's how I feel. Now, of course, Conor McGregor is 32 years of age. And, you know, he'll be retired in 4 years. So, I mean, I don't really look at that as a huge thing. I would think, and I would call out someone like the person that put him down, okay? Khabib. You know, like, that's the person you need to call out if you want to call out anyone that's top priority at the UFC. Khabib. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be beneficial for him. But back to his initial statements, him retiring at age 26, I highly doubt that. Because it's like this. If you retire at 26, that means that you fought all those fights that you possibly can fight. The Lomachenkos, the Davises, the Haneys, and all the other fighters too. You know, the Stevensons. That means you've beat all of them by the age of 26 and you're 22 years of age. Now, can it happen? It could. But then again, I think what happens with someone like Ryan Garcia, he's on a high right now. You know, him and Teofimo Lopez, these guys are filled with confidence. One's 22, the other one's 23. These guys are in the prime of their life, so they feel. But I don't think they really have learned and experienced what it's like to be a true boxer at this point in their career. I think this is like the preliminaries, and the preliminaries are great because they've accomplished the things in their career thus far that has made them, give them that boost of confidence. Okay, I think when Ryan Garcia, when he experiences true boxing, what I mean true boxing, the trials and the tribulations, the ups and the downs, what I mean by that is, when he takes a loss, then he will realize, hey, now I've experienced, now I have grown as a fighter. You know, and everyone takes a loss differently. Not saying that I want him to lose. I'm just saying, I think he would have a different perception if he ever lost. Because, you know, let's say he gets 25 and he fights that fight like Teofimo Lopez or like Davis and he gets stopped. Well, he's going to have to fight again, right? Because he's not going out like that. I don't see King Ryan Garcia going out like that if he got beat. I think he's going to go and want a rematch with Tank Davis to prove that, hey, I'm better than you, and you were the better man that night, but I'm better than you overall. Okay, so that might spew into 26, right? And as far as MMA, unless he's trained, I don't know his background, okay? But if he was always a boxer, you know, he needs to learn wrestling, a ground game. You know, he needs different aspects of MMA if he wants to survive over there, let alone beat the best over there. You know, I mean, he's fast, he's quick. But even, look, boxers that went over there, Some of them transitioned, a lot of them did not. So it is a high order to say, hey, I can be the best fighter in the world. That's a totally different universe over there. You know, like if you're a grappler, you're a wrestler, and you train jujitsu, one of those three, then you get in there with a striker, you're not going to strike, and you're not going to win striking. So you're going to take that person down, but can that person handle you on the ground? So it's a totally different ballpark when you're dealing with UFC. Okay, he could get something broke, he could get something overextended, he can be injured. He's using muscles that he doesn't use. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different thing. But I like the attitude, because a lot of fighters that say that Floyd talked that shit, but he never went over there. You see what I'm saying? But I think he has enough to handle over on this side, for his 4 years, so he says, left in the game to fight the best fighters over on this platform, to deal with versus looking at MMA. Let's see what he does in the sport of boxing first. Then we can talk about MMA and who's left after 4 years in the UFC world. But anyway, that's my take on Ryan Garcia retiring in 4 years, then wanting to go to MMA. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.